Okay guys, it's time for day 3 of our big book night noises. Our learning intention today is, we have 2 of them. The first one is we are learning about our new vocabulary wow word, companion. Our success criteria is I can tell a partner what the wow word means. So I can tell a partner what companion means. I can use the wow word in a sentence. And I can say what some synonyms for our wow word companion are. Our learning intention number 2 is today we are learning to use the chunky monkey reading strategy. My success criteria is I can break the words into chunks that I know to help work out a word. Okay, so let's have a look at night noises. As we're reading along today, you can have a go with me at trying to chunk some of the words to see if we can put them together to work out what they are. This is the chunky monkey strategy. It means to break the word into chunks that you already know. So for instance, in the word mat, you may already recognize the word at. So you say the at, and then you put the at the start. Mat, mat. So the similar with the next word, you can see at. You put the first blend together, fl, and you have flat, flat. And then in the next part you can see there's at again. If you can recognize at, you have a go at putting the other sounds together. Spl, at, ter, splatter. So the chunky monkey strategy is all about finding smaller words or sound blends or digraphs that you recognize in a word and trying to put them all together in small chunks to work out what the whole word means. Night Noises, written by Mem Fox and illustrated by Terry Denton. Lily Laceby lived in an old cottage in the hills. Her hair was as w-is-p-e. Remember, in this word, the Y makes an E sound. W-is-p-e. Wispy. Her hair was as wispy as cobwebs in ceilings. Her bones were as creaky as floorboards at midnight. Her only companion was a fat old dog called Butch Aggie. Her only companion was a fat old dog called Butch Aggie. That's our wow word. People who lived nearby said Lily was nearly 90, but they were only guessing. One wild, have a go at the next word. See if you can use chunky monkey with me to work out what that word is. Winters. One wild winter's evening, as Lily Laceby sat by her fire, snug and warm, she drifted off to sleep. Sleep. She drifted off to sleep and began to dream. Butch Aggie dozed at her feet. Outside, clouds raced along the sky, playing hide and seek with the moon. Wind and rain rattled at the windows and trees banged against the roof. Somewhere in the distance, car doors opened and closed softly. Oh, I recognise soft in the start of that word, and ly makes lee. Somewhere in the distance, car doors opened and closed softly. Click, clack. Butch Aggie listened, but Lily Laceby kept on dreaming. Feet tiptoed up the garden. I recognise th at the end makes th. Can you help me put that word back together? path. Feet tiptoed up the garden path. Crinch, crunch. Butch Aggie cocked her head, but Lily Laceby went on dreaming. Voices whispered in bushes. Murmur, mutter, shh. Butch Aggie bristled, but Lily Laceby went on dreaming. Eyes peeped through keyholes. Squint, eek. I know that the two E's make the long E sound in that word. Eek. And then in the next word, there's two E's in there that make the long E sound again. Ear, ear, peer. Squint, peek, peer. Butch Aggie's throat rumbled, but Lily Laceby went on dreaming. Hands tried to turn doorknobs. Twist, test. Oh, in this word, I can see the first part makes the word rat. And at the end, there's t, and then le makes l. Rat, t, rattle. Twist, test, rattle. Butch Aggie bared her teeth, but Lily Laceby went on dreaming. Knuckles drummed on door frames. Nick, knack, knock. Butch Aggie leapt up. Grrr. I know that in this word, the O and W make ow, and I know at the end it's got ing. GR at the start makes grrr. OW makes ow, and then ing. Grrr, owl, ing. Growling. Let's see if that makes sense in that part of the sentence. Butch Aggie leapt up, growling, but Lily Laceby went on dreaming. Fists beat upon doors and voices shouted at windows. Yell, clatter, bang, bang, bang. Butch Aggie barked and barked. Lily Laceby woke up with a st. Oh, in that word I recognise the word art. It has st at the start and then art. Lily Laceby woke up with a art, start. Who is it, she called. Who is it on a night like this? It's only us. Let us in. Let us in. Creak, crack went Lily Laceby's knees as she got to her feet. Snick, snick, snack went the bolts on the door. And in came her 2 sons, her 3 daughters, her 14 grandchildren, her 35 great-grandchildren, her great-great-grandchild Emily, aged 4.5, and her 47 friends. Are you really 90? Whispered Emily, aged 4.5. Lily Laceby held her hand and smiled. Inside, I'm only 4.5 like you, she whispered. B-a-k. I know that CK makes k. B-a-k, back, she whispered back. But don't tell. In this word at the end of the sentence, I can see 2 words that have been put together. I know that the first word says any, and I know that the last word says one. So when I've chunked them apart, I can now put them together and work out that it says anyone. But don't tell anyone. Okay, so remember our word of the week was back on this page, and it said her only companion was a fat old dog called Butch Aggie. Your job yesterday was to have a go at coming up with your own meaning for the word companion and then putting it into a sentence and filming that for your class teachers and putting it onto Class Dojo. If you missed out on doing that yesterday, you might like to do that today and send that to your teachers. But what your task today is to see if you can make a list of as many synonyms as you can think of for the word companion. So remember, a synonym is a word that has the same or a similar meaning to another word. So you need to think about what would also be a word for companion. If someone is your companion, what are they? want you to think about that carefully. See if you can come up with a list of as many synonyms as you can think of for the word companion. Record yourself reading your list or take a photo of what you've written and post it to Class Dojo. We look forward to seeing what ideas you come up with for synonyms. Pause the video here and have a go at making your list. Here are some examples of what companion means, or some synonyms of what companion is also. So friend, partner, mate, colleague, workmate are other ways that you can say companion. Did you come up with any of those? Or did you come up with some new ones? Make sure you show us what you've come up with. We look forward to hearing all about your words, your synonyms for companion.